Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Savage Crucible Veteris Rapax figure from Harvinger Studios. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks awesome, and really it's a whole bunch of reuse. Just this whole first wave has been the same base body with different accessories to kind of jazz it up and change it, and they've done a beautiful job across the line so far. And here, obviously you get that beautiful sculpt, just details all over the figure. This time we get this kind of swampy green color, which works really well, and then we get those bright orange marks, kind of like a certain cat from He-Man, which is kind of awesome. Then we get this like silver dry brush on the skin, which looks awesome. It just kind of gives it this really nice luster, and that ties to the silver on the armor, which looks really nice, and they get this nice deep red for the rest of the armor. And speaking of those armor pieces, we've seen these on various figures. Belt piece, I think, is the standard kind of warrior. Then we saw this collar piece with Nin Vilmir. This head is from a accessories pack they did with it. It was in different colors, obviously. It looks awesome here. Really dig the mask, especially with those kind of gladiator circle eyes. Just kind of makes it look a little more crazy, and some really nice aging here with the silver as well, just kind of on the wear and tear of the armor itself. It's really impressive looking figure overall. It uses a lot of great stuff. Not only that, but we do see the new feet that they were talking about before. People, myself included, had issues with them standing. I was amongst those who thought it was the toes, and apparently not. Apparently it was an issue just at the factory where the pin came in and they kind of bubbled out a bit at the bottom. Sanding the feet apparently helps that, but still they went ahead. Pardon me. They went ahead. They went the extra mile and had these extra feet done, and they are currently shipping the new feet for the previous figures out to people. So that's really amazing. But getting back to the aesthetics of this figure, just really cool looking piece overall. We get a fantastic loadout of accessories here, so let's jump right in. Starting with hands, right out of the box, we do get our grips, which are excellent. Something I didn't actually mention in the last section is that the hands are bloody, and that goes to the next set of hands I'm going to talk about, which is the splayed open hands. And again, we see more of that kind of blood work going in, which is awesome. Very brutal figure, honestly. So get that. Then we get two separate head sculpts. So of course we get the masked one we looked at before. Again, just really psychotic sort of smile look, and we get the blood around the lips. Then we get this unmasked head, slightly different, obviously kind of more of the Sentry that I had reviewed before. And again, just blood-soaked mouth. Really nice eyes too. You can see the kind of yellow with a little red around the pupil, black for the pupil. Really nice. We see some more of that silver dry brush to bring it all together. Really nice. Then we get a bunch of weapons. Actually, let's start off with the weapon that you can't actually use, which is this is an attachment for the belt. You can see the peg there. It's just a whip that obviously does not come out. It's just there, beautifully painted as well, especially the button, the nice wear on the leather, which is obviously black, and then kind of worn down to the just kind of cream color underneath. Beautifully done. Then we get the actual weapons. So we get this Roman styled sword. Looks beautiful. Maybe this is a Norse style sword. Broadsword nonetheless, but you see a little bit of blood splatter on there. Here on the blade, this nice kind of aged gold on the handle. Then we do get a Roman style sword, again with the blood splatter, nice gold, that aged gold coming back, and then just pure black grip. Then we get battle axe, which I think was in one of the accessories packs that came out. Again, nice blood splatter and aged kind of iron sort of look to it, dings and dents everywhere. It looks very much realistic, very nice, like actual metal. Then we get a saber, and this is this nice gold. Again, that aged gold coming back, and the black handle. Again, dings and dents everywhere. It's beautiful sculpt work in this entire line. Really nice work here at the handle and hilt. So yeah, good work there. Finally, we get a bonus accessory, and this was in a black bag at the bottom of the package. And yeah, this is the sword that we saw with the Imperial Sentry, one of my favorite figures, and That one came with the two kind of red into yellow translucent plastic. This comes in this blue into just lighter blue plastic. Looks just as beautiful. Great sculpt, and that translucency is just awesome. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance here are beautiful, just as they have been throughout the line. Again, same body, so it makes sense, but we're still going to break it down. Freestanding kicks, no problems, especially with these new feet. I'm absolutely loving that. Then the head is on a ball joint from the neck into the head. You can kind of see it a little bit there. So we get a whole lot of up. We can get a lot down. We get a lot of tilt. We get a lot of rotation. Just really nicely done without any extra neck articulation. We do get butterflies that go forward and then just kind of reset back to neutral. We do get a articulation point here for this armor. It's a little bit of a ball joint, so you can move that around. It gets out of the way. Speaking of which, that's good because there's a detent in the arms, certainly for mine, that you're going to hear it. There you go. It kind of snaps. So you can get into a perfect T. I've got to be careful with mine. I don't know if it's just mine or, that's just how this figure is. Then we do get bicep swivel. We get our double jointed elbows, which are hindered a little bit by the gauntlets, but there is a joint there. We do get hinged. With hinged swivel. We get hinge and swivel at the wrist, vertical for our gripping hands, horizontal for the other ones. We get a ball joint, a diaphragm ball joint at the waist, which allows for fantastic crunch, beautiful arch back, nice side to side rotation on both of those legs out, pretty much perfect splits. We do get thigh swivel, as you can see. It turns on the ball joint as well, so you get a whole bunch of movement there. Double jointed knees bring us to there. We also get swivel at the top of the leg. Then we get swivel at the ankle. We get our really nice point, some really nice forward, some excellent rocker. Then for the tail, we get a hinge and swivel to come out about that far. We can tuck all the way. And then we get ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. So it can go pretty much anywhere we want to go there, rotation all around as well. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with the Imperial Sentry and Ninbilmir, also from the same line. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Savage Crucible Veteris Rapax figure from Harvinger Studios is that this is another just fantastic figure from the line. Again, we've seen all of these elements before, just remixed, and it's beautiful. Really love to see that. The addition of the new feet is fantastic and definitely kind of drives home their commitment to really putting out just the best independent figures out there. And I think they're well on their way to that. It's going to be really interesting to see where they go. Well, we know what the next two waves are going to be. Seeing those in action is going to be awesome. And I believe wave 2 should be hitting, if not first quarter of 2025, then second quarter. So I think, don't quote me on that, but in any event, really excited to see what comes of that. And yeah, highly recommend this if you're a fan of the line or if this design just appeals to you. I believe it is still available on savagecrucible.com, so check that out. And yeah, I actually got 2 of these because I'm going to be switching out this armor for one of my Ninbilmir's armors. I think that's going to look really good. So yeah, awesome playability and just easy swappability, which is something I very much value in figures. So really cool to see. But all of that being said, I really hope that you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If that's the case, I hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. If any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's just discuss some really nice plastic and escape the world for a while. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.